about the same team we've seen before, but and same team on the paper, basically. So,
yeah, based on what we read out, pretty predictable compositions. We do have a double slosher comp coming out from the Salt. I like to see that as a slosher player myself. The Kensa sloshing machine, which is going to have that splashdown, really able to push forward as much as they want to, and then splash down to try and stay alive. And then the slosher deco, so they can clear a path for everybody, try and sit on the tower to stall out some time, or just push forward with an aggressive baller and try to get an early pick.
2 down already, though, even though they got the first push, and I think this person's about to... Oh, they made it out of there. Incredible. Ooh. That was close.
Because this map does have kind of a rare square design, that does provide some pretty interesting modes for which you can escape and jump down into both the lower or jump up into the higher platform. BQB rather having to jump out there to try and save what they had built up towards that Stingray, and because it is tower control, that Stingray crucial for each of these teams.
Oh, no, that is not Owage. He's got the name.
There we go.
Knew it. See, research paid off in the end.
They had us in the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, dang, an interesting trade there from the splashdown. But looks like it's going to be a pretty solid push from the Salts. So,
Meta playing very slowly. Bad Emmett going to be the one to hold down the tower. That's pretty rare. You usually don't want your NSAP players sitting on the tower. You usually want them kind of out and about, getting map control back, farming their special, and then popping it at the ideal time.
Clearing the checkpoint. That second checkpoint, one of the most important on the stage. They are going to be able to stop before the third, though. And looks like they're still 3v4, so they could be a little tricky getting back to mid. Yeah,
it looks like the Splatter Scope is going to have their Stingray available. Bad Emmett and Meta both going to go down. It is going to be a 1-for-1 trade. They do have that Stealth Jump. Stealth Jump lost only a little bit of traction from the first game. It's still a very popular choice, especially for more aggressive weapons.
The real change to it is it's honestly just fairer. It's stealthy for the weapons it needs to be, like chargers and other backlines. But if you're too close, you can see it, and then you can get bodied. But honestly, that's good. It makes it so you can't do cheesy tower control pushes, such as in Splat 1, which were awfully silly with quick respawn.
Oh yeah, at the end there with the Luna, it got pretty crazy. Meta, unfortunately, made it all the way to the tower with that baller, but is not going to be able to survive the onslaught that they were facing. Both teams 2 down now, but we are going to see both the Splatter Scope and the NSAP with their specials available, so they are in a pretty good position to make their push. But on the opposite side, both Kensa weapons with their specials available. Knowledge just barely trying to stay alive, and they will make it out and try to farm that baller for another day.
Looks like we're kind of in a state. Oh, never mind. We got 2 down. Going to see some push, especially with 3, almost 4 specials ready. Knowledge just going to shark around, looking for his prey, and looks like, and, well, there it is.
I mean, the tower follows a predictable linear path, so oftentimes that's one of the safest things to do is just wait for the tower to come to an area that has your team's ink prevalent, and then poke out and try to win the team fight that way.
Knowledge looks like he got a double there, cleaning up that splashdown, which I like to see. Loud things happening out here. We got a Ray online. Looks like that's going to counter some push that's going to come out. But things are not looking good for Steelshot. They've honestly really not held the center of the stage at all. On this stage especially, you need to hold top mid. You're not holding top mid, what are you doing?
No, the Salt's aggressive playstyle, I think you're exactly correct. It's working very well. They do have that one backliner playing the Splatter Scope that is going to be the ever-present thought that a Stingray could come out at any moment. They're not even burning it very often. It's just the thought that they're always going to have it on them makes tower pushes a little bit more tentative.
Oh, and here it comes. Cleaning up 2. Can they get 3? 3 down. 1 more to go, but I think it's just going to be game. There it is.
Wow. Not quite what I expected, but a very strong match here coming out from the Salts. Good performance. I think they had the exact correct balance of 2 frontline aggro players. That's what you need to keep Steelshot pushed back sort of closer to their base. And then you have a midliner in Knowledge who's going to be just consistently farming up that baller, sort of minding their own business, sharking around, getting a pick when necessary.
Look at this endgame here. The Ray and Armor combo is one of the strongest in the game. And then throwing in a baller, I mean, to seal the deal. Storm just followed along that Ray and cleaned everyone up. And was probably calling out to his Ray buddy where to fire.
And again, Tenta Missiles, kind of an underrated special. It's coming back into a bit of prevalence in the meta right now.
Tenta Missiles has probably seen the biggest resurgence of any special so far in this game. Aside maybe Baller in the early days, because initially Baller was... I don't even know if it was a special.
Well, I mean, Stingray too. Stingray before it had
that's true.
the giant radius on it.
Stingray went from, why would you ever use this, to why would you ever not use this.
On something like tower control. Yeah, it is a must pick at this point. So the Salts, you can see their original seedings there. Twice the seeding that Steelshot got, and yet they held them pretty aggressively in Game 1. So one of the potential games that could go to a Game 4 or Game 5, but I'm excited to see what comes out of Game 2.
We're going to be, the map is going to be shown on screen shortly. There it is, Clan Blitz on Manta. I think it's a pretty solid Clan Blitz map. It's fairly interesting because you have the risky option of jumping right, or you just take the safe left route, or you go for the crazy route of going super far left, which kind of interesting. I hope we see a hammer weapon here. I think this is one of Hammer's best stages, because going down that narrow alleyway makes it very difficult for your enemies to dodge, and it hits people on the wall. If they're above you, you still smack them on your way down and get those easy kills.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think Manta Maria one of the better maps that they've introduced in Splatoon 2. It's got a very unique design. It's very linear, making it so that Stingray can excel here even when it's not tower control. And you have a good amount of high ground and low ground with those grates on top of the mass where your either Splatling player or even your Kensa Splattershot Pro, which we're seeing 2 of here, can set up.
All right. We got a custom explosher in Dark Tetra Dualies. Now, Tetra Dualies are going to be probably used as a defensive tool here with Splashdown and just their general survivability. You might see, I can't see their gear, but they might have an offense kit of main power up to do extra damage. And that's what we were talking about earlier, how you can place different weapons in different ways.
Very interesting, too, that they're mirroring each other in some respect. They're both bringing a Slosher Deco. They're both bringing a Kensa Splattershot Pro. But they're experimenting a little bit with their extra picks. You talked already about the Tetra Dualies, but we also have that Explosher that's going to be coming out and provide that backline support. It's a very unconventional backliner, too.
Oh, there's the this ways, and wait for it, and there's, all right, no, oh no, the ball fell off the stage! They got another one, but this push could have been so much better. When you drop the ball, it's literally just random.
We saw this in Splatoon 1 with Mahi Mahi. When you design a stage around water, bad things are going to happen. Thankfully, though, I mean, Meta here having a baller set up already. On the opposite side of things, the Salt coming up on their Splashdown ultimate from the Tetra Dualies. And the other one that they were going to get was the Booyah Bomb, but they have unfortunately lost their Kensa Pro.
They'll be coming back now, but that's a very important defensive special, especially for a narrow area like that. Oh, Meta getting in Power Clam. They've got 3 specials online. I think we're going to see a push real soon.
Relatively even on claims as well. It's 12-12 there for a second. Meta waiting until the perfect opportunity to pop that baller. And for now, they're just trying to fight this onslaught of map control in mid. And Meta will end up popping it here. They lose a lot of their armor immediately.
The 0 HP baller going in. He's going to make it.
Actually makes
Where's
it pretty
the jump?
far.
There's the jump. Can he clean up the kills, though?
Ooh, had to strip away some of that armor. They will survive as well.
Oh, he's going to, can he get in?
How did they get away?
Oh, he got 1 and 2. Wow, that was incredible.
Took the lead and got away for honestly way longer than they should have.
They did not deserve that. But honestly, I feel like maybe on the Salt, some communication issues there trying to clean up that player.
Yep.
Because they should have been dead the second they got out of that baller.
Ooh, Knowledge and Perps having a fight on top of the mass there. Unfortunately, it's going to be a trade for both teams, so not too much ground gained for either. Bad Emmett sitting as well on this Booyah Bomb, trying to wait for the opportune time to use it. Map control in mid, pretty split. I think both teams sort of have the idea to maintain map control first before they try any crazy jumps.
We lost a Zap, which means that armor is gone, which means I think we're going to see a push from Purple Team. Splashdown could stop. Oh no, that's Splashdown.
Yeah, 3 down.
They need to get out of there now, and there they go. Will they save the clam? Nope. There's a Booyah. That's going to help them get in real good here, and we're probably going to see a pretty solid push. Especially with this baller coming in. Here's the jump.
Ooh, Steelshot waiting for the right time, blocking the jumps. Going to be able to, not able to keep them alive. And unfortunately, what could have been a great push with 2 or 3 specials in tow does not go their way. Great defense from the Salts as they're trying to reestablish a lead.
Yeah, I definitely think a misplay there was not using those missiles to clear that person up high. But, I mean, it'd be like that sometimes. It looks like the Salts are probably going to get a solid counter rush here. They almost have all 4 special. Never mind.
Commentator's
Unlucky.
curse as soon as we say that. But to their credit, they still have the armor to push in with and the Booyah Bomb to get some map control. Mad Emmett in a bad spot here. They may be forced to pop their Booyah Bomb, but thankfully they will get away, being onslaught by the other Slosher, though. But they're going to have some teammates help. It's not enough, though. The Booyah Bomb not able to be used, and that's 2 down for the Salts.
Yeah, and they have a spot. Oh, interesting armor there with only 1 person up. Can they get it? Oh, splashdown? Nothing. And
forces them back, if nothing else. Good pick there, but they will go down to the baller,
Yeah.
so a 3v2 situation, 3 down now on the side of Steelshot, and it will be an expansion, though, of their lead by Steelshot, so I would say pretty well worth it, especially as we're entering the final minute of play.
Yes, but at the same time, I feel like they just held mid. They've been really consistent with cleaning up the Salts, and this could backfire on them unless, of course, you know, they die once they have all 4 specials again.
Some teams just get antsy. It's something that top teams really work towards, not over pushing a lead when they feel pretty confident that they can win, and just kind of holding down mid. You can see here, though, the Salts with 32 clams at their disposal. 3? Knowledge pushing in 34 now. The Booyah Bomb going to try and counter it. They will break.
The splashdown.
Oh my gosh, 3 down on the side of the Salts.
They've already got the lead
there.
Oh, and the miss.
Wow.
But they still got the lead. That's exactly what you're just talking about.
A full wipe, but expending all your resources to get the lead is well worth it. And now just 15 seconds left here for Steelshot to try and make a comeback.
Well, 30 seconds since we got that power clam.
True.
So let's see if they can pull something off here. They've got 2 specials. They've got a baller. They've fired off the missiles. Here we go.
Gonna be pushing in now.
Here comes the
2
jump.
down on the side
They
of the
scored.
Salts already. They get the power clam.
And that's the game.
Lead. Oh, a game
Steelshot
coming down to the wire as Steelshot, confident in their play, going to be tying it up at 1.
It's nice to see a not 3-0 here.
Yes.
I think both of these teams are going to go. I think we're going to get a game 5, honestly. These teams seem very even. Tower control wasn't, but I mean, look at those KAs. We've got a lot of 13 showing up. Both teams got a lot of kills. Look pretty good. So, if you notice the armor used there, what they were trying to do is protect the baller player as they blew up, so the armor activated as they got out of the ball, so they'd have extra invincibility to survive, and protect the jump player. But
both teams with a pretty similar strategy too, just relying on that Slosher deck to really herald in their pushes, and even with 3 players besetting meta, it is not enough to stop them from helping their team gain the lead, if only for a brief moment.
And let's see. Yeah, early splashdown there. They missed the jump. They missed the baller. Right here, though, if they got closer to the wall, they would have lived, because baller explosions are very weird with how they operate. With any explosion, bomb, Rainmaker, and like splashdown or something.
Yeah, they operate in a linear sense, so it's not going to be like if there's a drop in height, it's just going to cover everything in that drop. There's going to be like a little bit of a canopy or a shield.
Which you can abuse on some stages in very weird scenarios, like Triggerfish Rainmaker. We're actually going to Humpback Splat Zones, which also works in some areas where you can just kind of sit in a puddle of ink right in front of an explosion, and you really should be dead, but the game's like, nah, you good.
So going into Splat Zone's Humpback Pump Track, this is going to be a 1-zone map, so there is going to be one main focal point. It will be the very center of the map as well. Some maps have very split zones. I know when Port Mackerel originally, it had zones that were very far apart, and then decided to make the change to just put it in the middle of the map. And Humpback, very reminiscent of that. However, Humpback, a circular map, a very open map, and lots of opportunities for different weapon types to excel, whether you're trying to flank or set up in that lip and try and snipe or use another long-range weapon.
I also just want to mention something about Splat Zones Port. I have fond memories of 100 to 100 games that are decided by who fired the most ink strikes in the enemy zone.
Ah, yes.
It was an interesting time, to be sure. They've definitely improved that map tremendously. But with Humpback, I actually think, I'm going to call it now, I think it was the Salts with the Explosher. I think they're going to win it. Explosher's incredible on the stage, even post-nerf. It received a lot of nerfs with like ink consumption, painting range, but this is easily one of its best maps. So we should see it come out here.
The winner of this game establishes dominance for their team. As predicted, we do see the Explosher and the Clapples, a weapon type that we have not seen as much. I know 6 to 9 months ago, Dapple Doolies and the Dapple Doolies Nouveau, pretty popular choices, not off meta at all.
No, they were definitely not off meta, but you didn't see them everywhere.
There were some niche players that played them pretty frequently, like Tetsu from Low Key and Marsh from Deep Blues. Wow.
See here, Steelshot already got control, and what do you know? They have an Explosher, but the bomb rush choice here really good because Ray does not work here at all. It's too open. There's too many height changes. It's too easy to avoid. It doesn't help it getting in.
Yeah, pretty difficult map for something like a Stingray. It's so circular that it's hard to target or condense players in one area. Alfie trying to get that flick off. Unfortunately, not going to be landing anything. Steelshot for now maintaining the lead, and you can see the Explosher. Part of their duty is when they have map control in mid, they're going to be pushing back the enemy team's backliner. So the Salt's not going to be able to allow their Firefin to set up very often.
Also, I just want to say the Clapples is an excellent choice against the standard Explosion because it deletes, you just heard it in the background there, deleted, oh, nice, Clapples cleaning folks up. I personally think the Clapples are a really solid kit because Splashdown on Dapples works so well compared to other weapons with it being a super close range but able to get in close and be unpredictable when you're going to Splashdown. Are you just going to do it right off the bat? One roll, two roll? Also cancels your ending lag, which is neat.
And I mean the torpedo too.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't get a kill, being able to just spot out exactly where a player is provides such an advantage without you having to run something like a point sensor to locate the enemy team.
Especially because helps with its range issue too.
Oh yeah.
So, really good kit.
So
Shame we don't see
Alfie
it much
all the
more.
way backed up here, trying to establish a foothold about halfway to their suction bomb rush, and we will see a lead change over Steelshot, continuing to establish control of mid. As we said, not really an opportunity for them to push out. They have basically every avenue of entry covered right now.
Yeah, and here's another reason why Explosion is amazing. Just shooting over that wall, stalling them out. If the ball are going to get it, those bubbles are going to tell them no, but Splashdown coming in. No kills, though, and they are going to get the zone, so I think that was worth it.
Yeah, good map control there. Even if you don't get a pick, just being able to paint a majority of the zone is going to be worthwhile to try and take control away from the enemy team. Fight on the zone now. Storm going to be looking for another kill there.
Oh, but
and
no! Wow. Bob's gameplay looking as fancy as a suit.
The Explosher, one of the most important weapons in the game for proper spacing, and that was a proper exhibition of it there.
Yeah, and things are looking pretty good for Steelshot. They've got specials ready. I mean,
ooh. Good jump shot there.
Also, this game I think is oh, is it 1-1? I thought it was 2-1 for Steelshot, but I guess I'm crazy. Bomb rush coming out. That's going to probably be a zone flip. But yeah, they got one, got two, 3 down, and that's a wipe.
Teammate going to be cleaning that one up. So good job. The Salt's not losing much confidence there, and now they're going to try and take up that role of not allowing Steelshot any comfortable way to push up. Although they are going to have their baller and both their Booyah Bomb and the Explosher special right away, so they're going to have another team fight very quickly.
I do want to say, though, I think they messed up there. They didn't send anyone right. Going right on the stage to get into their spawn is really important. And we can see here they just kind of swept back because they didn't have anything to contest them. They just kind of said, well, it's free real estate.
Oh, no.
Classics.
A team fight, short-lived there, as Steelshot going to reestablish their control and work through their penalty pretty easily. However, the Salt is going to have 3 specials at the ready, and the Ink Armor is going to be the first one to come out. The Splashdown, locking down that zone as well, going to help them lose control.
Oh,
but
Bob do it again.
Storm.
Bob's still alive.
Oh, how are they alive?
No! Oh my goodness. If he got that, that would have been insane.
Both players floundering just a little bit, and sometimes that's healthy in a team fight. It means both players have pretty good positioning.
Or they're just both out of ink.
Well, or they're just kind of panicking, which is also a possibility. Oh, unfortunately,
stopping the baller.
not
2.
able to pop it.
Oh, wait. Can Bob win this one? Dun, dun. Oh, and he gets it. Oh, is it not a team wipe? Unlucky. But that's going to be a lead, it looks like. And Salt's post to win this game.
This has definitely been the closest set that we've witnessed so far.
Oh,
only about 30 seconds left in the special, still popping
Oh,
off.
oh,
Stopped
they
at
might be able to
6.
get it. Oh, but Meta gets it, giving them that penalty and just what they need. It's a pretty small penalty too, so they might be able to bring this back if they can clean up this charger.
Meta needs to hit these shots. Not in time, though, as they will jump out. They will lose their Clapples. A baller coming online here for the Salts to try and stall out the point. Meta going down.
Dying in the zone, and here's the bomb rush. I think this might be it. If they can't stop this bomb rush, and the baller.
That's
oh,
going to be
no.
a takeover. Will they have enough ink?
Can they get? That's going to be game.
I'm not sure they
wait.
will.
Oh, no.
No.
They cleaned them up. Unfortunate. Steelshot looking kind of good. Wait. No. Wait. Yeah, Steelshot. Okay.
I wouldn't say you're wrong, though. I would say
wait. Salt's
very,
Never mind.
very
I'm
close
blind.
game. This one, I re-echo my sentiment that this one could go to Game 5. Both teams having moments of brilliance. I think for the most part, Steelshot doing a great job of locking down mid, but the Salts coming away with pretty good techniques. I like the way that their fire fin set up in the lip. It wasn't just about hitting shots, which they did on occasion. It was about farming that suction bomb rush as much as possible and using that as one of their primary means to get control back at the zone.
All right, looks like we're going to Rainmaker Snapper. Although I thought it was Rainmaker Wahoo, unless I'm crazy. But
Wahoo's going to be Game 5.
oh, it's Splat. Is it Splat's Wahoo? It's something Wahoo. But Rainmaker Snapper coming up here. An interesting map, to say the least. I can't say I'm a fan. You basically got two options of going up the street, or you go left, which you can either choose left wall or right wall. So I think it'll be a pretty... This seems to be pretty fast-paced, so it should be a good game.
It constantly amazes me how many potential avenues there are in each map, but how much they're ignored for the most part. I think teams sort of recognize, okay, if all things hold equal, we should push this way every time. Because, you know, just objectively, it's either the fastest or the safest. And there will just be random times where, okay, they just happen to be 3 down and we have a lot of ink on this side of the map. Okay, let's push this side for once.
Yeah.
And that sort of makes teams, both the attacking and defending team, adjust to pushes that they may not necessarily be used to. And I think Snapper, which is also relatively open until you get to about the end of the map, is a great example of that.
I think of all the maps in both games that had options for, in this case, Rainmaker, different routes, I think Mahi Resort is hands down the most chaotic. You can go left, and then you can go up left or bottom left. You can go up the islands, and from the islands, you can choose like 3 different routes. And if you were really good and had perfect timing, there was a jump you could do in mid that instantly dropped the water level. You could go from, I think it was around 90 to about 30 in one jump.
God.
Yes, I did do it in tournaments a couple times. Anyway.
Might contribute to why they haven't brought that back in Splatoon 2. I don't know. But we are going to go into Game 4 here. The Salts looking to close this one out in 4. Steelshot looking to take this one to a Game 5 and avoid the upset here. Team comps, we are seeing a Brella come out. So that is
camo.
Yeah, the camo Brella going to be coming out. On the opposite side of things, again, another Dapple Toolies, but this time the Nouveau version instead of the Clapples.
Because Mist helps slow down the Rainmaker, and Cloud, because if you're the Dapple player and want to pick it up, Cloud, you don't have to interact with that special once you use it. And it helps you and it helps your team. So, unlike, say, Armor, which you don't have to commit to it, but you don't get any benefit. So,
nice job locking down the Rainmaker. 96 hardly touching the Rainmaker at all in that way. Bad Epic going to be trying to popping the Rainmaker shield themselves. No armor to work off of. Usually, it's okay to have your Inzap player carry the Rainmaker, but oftentimes you want them to farm up that armor so that your other teammates, who are going to be ahead of you in most cases, are relatively safe.
All right, looks like... never mind. Camo Brella plus Ray. Good good cleanup.
And Storm, ever the flanker. I don't know that they know that he's here. The roll's not going their way, though.
What is happening?
They still
get it?
come away
And it's
with
a trade.
Fair enough.
Well, I suppose that's how it should have ended. But it looks like the Tenebrella cleaned things up. I saw a hammer came out, and it looks like they survived a baller.
Now, these strategies are nasty. Hiding behind the very high shield of a Tenebrella.
But Tenebrella picked up the Rainmaker.
Well, true.
So they kind of played themselves. And
not ideal.
I think someone just fell off. Can we get a 2DOS in the chat?
Any 2DOSers?
Speaking of 2DOS, just side thing, I believe he's doing a speedrun event here later in the day.
Oh, wow.
Which, for DK64, which is, holy moly, that is a crazy looking game of speedrun.
But Storm, look at this push, making it all the way to 19 despite heavy opposition. It was the Stingray that finally brought them down, and that's why you bring the Stingray in. Even though it can be kind of difficult to lock down certain sections of this map, the Rainmaker has the identifier above it that lets you know at all times where it is.
Not all times.
Most times.
Only if your teammates have a line of sight on the Rainmaker.
Yes, gotcha.
Which can be tricky for Rays, but not too bad usually. But looks like, there's a Ray.
Ooh.
And a Sprinkler. I want to see a Sprinkler kill. Aw.
But they are in a bad way, though. That's way too much enemying for them to survive. That Alfie coming back from spawn here. And still 19 on such a large map like this one. Going to be difficult to beat.
Yeah, Meta sharking up there. Brella going to try to slow him down. Be smart. Wait. Oh, but the Brella pushes them into the bomb. Ooh. Unlucky. And the 3 down. Looks like Steelshot's finally going to get their chance to push.
So a little over halfway through this game so far. The Tenterbrella is with their special at the ready. The Kensa Splattershot coming up on theirs as well. So Prin going to be the Rainmaker carrier, and even the heavy Splatling trying to blaze a path. They are just going to take it straight up mid by the looks of it, and a good amount of ink carved out for them, even though all 4 members are alive.
And here we see the Brella cheese. Oh no, so close. But they still, it's 2v2. They can do this. Knowledge going to try to get it. Oh no, the flank behind to stop the Brella. That would have been lead flip right there.
Lots of pressure being put on by that Slosher, and that's one of the main selling points is the Slosher can put a lot of damage on, and in some cases even get their shot over the canopy and do some damage.
Looks like Knowledge, oh, they got one, but the Brella, no one's with it, but it's going to slow him down a little bit. No, I guess the Brella's going to stop him now, I guess.
2-down situation, though, on the side of Steelshot. This does give them a good shot.
Oh, a nice trade there. Looks like it's going to stop the blue push, though.
Alfie, you can see playing back again here, they know that their chances to push have probably ended, at least for the time being, and they want to hold on to the Stingray, which they will pop right now.
Here we go. Oh, the counter ray, but goes down there, helping out Knowledge in mid. Let's see if Knowledge can get a third on that Brella. Yes, they can, but looks like they're not going to look around for the... Oh, well, that's why. They're just going to run it.
Try and use this to extend their lead a little bit.
Going up here smart when they need to wait because they don't know what's ahead of them and they just want to paint up a little bit for the rest of the team. Downside is Splatling says die.
Yeah, I think Bob... Oh, no!
Brella killing them!
Not have the answer.
The team kill! Oh, no.
But they are going to want to see a flanker here. It is going to be Perps taking on 1, potentially 2, but we are getting low on time.
Yeah, 30 seconds remain, and we've got 3 specials. Oh, Perps needs to get this kill. Oh, it's going to be risky. The missiles, so they're going to missile, and now they're going to run because now they have a chance to hit them.
Booyah Bomb going to be coming out here trying to do
hammer.
Double Booyah Bomb.
Oh, no. All right. Oh, no, one went down.
Yeah, 1 Booyah Bomb, 1 Rainmaker shot, and then the hammer's coming out as well. Bob holding on. The bomb is just barely going to do enough damage, but will not be enough.
They never cleaned up the Kensa shot. And Meta going to go down. I think this is it.
They can just kind of keep it in.
That's going to be the game.
Yeah, they just kept it in that rectangle area. We talked a bit earlier about Snapper Canal. That is going to be a tough place to reach, and most players don't even go over there in the first place. But that will do it for game number 4. The Salts taking this one 3-1.
Unfortunate.